Star Wars Battlefront 2 is blowing up right now.
Hello there.
It's had a massive influx of players across all platforms, seeing its highest player count now on Steam since January 2021, almost 5 years since its last update, and we are now in 2025, which is pretty crazy. The game is reaching 8 years old at this point, and it's still one of the best Star Wars shooters out there, and for me at least is one of the most underrated games on the market and one of the best shooters out there today. Watching all of this happen over the last few days is clear to me that people want and need a Battlefront 3 or at least a new Star Wars multiplayer game. The question is, what the hell is causing all of this? For starters, there are a lot of eyes on Star Wars at the moment. You know, that little indie game Fortnite is really getting some people excited with a brand new mode they've released, a bunch of skins, alongside a bunch of other collaborations with other games. But for me, I think the biggest pull has been Andor wrapping up its season finale this past week. The show has had stellar reviews and an amazing reception. It leads really nicely into Rogue One, one of the best Star Wars films that's ever been made, and you can see why people are hyped to play some Star Wars. Kind of crazy when you make a really good TV show for a well-known IP and then everyone really wants to play your game, doesn't it? Halo. I'm not salty, I swear. Not only do we have the TV shows, but the re-release of Revenge of the Sith, the 20th anniversary in cinemas, has certainly got people fired up to play Star Wars. You can see how this trends towards Battlefront. From May 4th, there was a load of games on sale and Battlefront was included, especially the Celebration Edition, which went for just £7, which sadly has ended as of me making this video, but it was super easy to get into Battlefront because of that price. It's really wild to think that just a month ago you couldn't even get into lobbies because of hackers on PC and population levels were low. A well-known modding team known as Kyber worked with EA to be able to fix this problem so then we could get back playing the game, and it was really awesome to see. It's so amazing to see people flooding back to this game or playing it for the first time, and especially for population levels, because man, trying to get into a game over a year ago was a real slog. But even I jumped in for a few hours the last couple of days, and it's been pretty damn quick to get into matches. Battlefront 2 is still so underrated to me. It was like the epicenter of one of the biggest breaking points in the industry with loot boxes, and because it was so interwoven into the game at launch, many people fell off of it. It got a really bad rap, and it never truly got the respect it deserves because of all the controversy around it. Now, people are able to experience it for what it is, which is an absolutely stellar game. DICE has captured this fun in a bottle when you are playing that has never gone away. Even me checking it out over a year ago for a video, I still get the same feeling. There is something so great about loading into classic Star Wars battles and just blasting each other for 20 to 30 minutes that never truly gets old. Not even exaggerating, because this game just has everything that you would want as a Star Wars fan. Multiple eras to fight in with decent selection of maps of different battles from those eras, a great selection of classes that fit into every playstyle, heroes and villains that are totally OP but are so fun to play with. Jumping back into the game this time round, something that I didn't really talk about in my previous video was the amount of multiplayer modes on offer. Galactic Assault, Supremacy, Hero Battles, Blast, Strike, and Extraction. Starfire Assault also bangs as well. This is peak, and I mean peak Star Wars gaming. I always come back to Battlefront 2 because it has a real special place in my heart, because it kicked off my streaming on Twitch and also kind of got me into playing with a bunch of the friends that I'm still friends with today. I love this game so much, and I think so many more people should play it. Battlefront 2 also seems impervious to dying because every year it seems there's a resurgence of people playing the game again. The game is 8 years old and it refuses to die out, even with all of the issues that it had at launch. A large part of this is down to the amazing community that plays the game still, but I can't help imagine what this game would have looked like if it had crossplay. When it stopped its initial support in 2020, crossplay was right there. We were on the cusp of having it in so many games, and just the playlists in Battlefront 2 would be so much healthier if we'd had crossplay and we had it as like an update or something. I would have loved to have seen EA do it as like a May the 4th surprise over the last couple of years, but sadly I don't think that's going to happen. I will still make the point that this game is 8 years old. I'll even make the same point last year when the game was 7 years old, because it visually holds up. The art style is nailed across every single era, from the prequels to the sequels to the original trilogy. Gameplay wise, it's still fun even this time on, which means that DICE truly made something special. There are players like me craving more. If this isn't a consistent and massive sign to Lucasfilm and Disney that we want more multiplayer Star Wars games, especially a Battlefront 3 in this case, then I don't know what else we can do. There has been a consistent pattern of this happening, and all it really does is highlight the massive lack of multiplayer Star Wars games that we have. Besides Battlefront, there aren't any real contenders that are even close. Star Wars fans don't just want a Battlefront 3, they need a Battlefront 3, and there's a craving for it. I'm sure many of you watching this video right now are also Star Wars fans and would also want a Star Wars Battlefront 3 as well. Can you imagine a Battlefront 3 and all of the things that it could have? It could so totally have a progression system similar to Battlefront 2 that's maybe a little bit more expanded without it being hampered with the obvious issues that it had at launch. More customization options for our rebels, or more customization options for just all of the classes in general across all of the eras. A way for you to be able to play with the heroes and villains more consistently than what we have right now. The same visual quality that we have in Battlefront 2, if not even more improved with the advancements of technology. And the same level of gameplay. I can't stress how important it is that the game has the abilities on cooldown, and that you have the ability to just fire away your blaster at heart's content with the heat mechanic, rather than having to like reload all the time that you do in a lot of modern shooters. Battlefront 2's unique nature being chaotic and arcadey, but also on a massive scale as well. Then you throw in the heroes and villains and the vehicles and such as well. There's this blend that just comes together, and I think that's the thing that they would need to capture if they made a Battlefront 3. I'll even go one step further and say how this could translate into a live game, because that's what everyone wants to do nowadays. You could have seasons themed around different eras or shows that are releasing, a battle pass and all the cosmetic stuff for your profile, or different skins for characters and such, like heroes and villain skins. Every couple of months you could do a focused event around a specific battle, like Hoth or Geonosis, or community events about playing those maps. There's so many ideas here. If you have any, let me know down in the comments section. Hope of a Battlefront 3 is really slim despite the calls for it to happen though, and that's the sad part, because even members of the original development team said they would only do a Battlefront 3 if they could get the same team together to make it again, because there's a massive turnover in the industry, so a lot of them have been disbanded and gone to different places across the entire games industry. EA also went on record last year and they laid off a bunch of workers, saying that they want to move away from licensed IP to working on more stuff for themselves, even though they've got 2 more games in the works with Respawn. And then obviously DICE is working on Battlefield 6, which is coming out sometime next year. This is where I get down on my knees and beg to the Disney overlords and Lucasfilm to try and make this happen at some point. Both the 2005 and 2017 Battlefronts have special places in my heart. Myself and many others would love a Battlefront 3, of course. Please give it to us. I'm begging you. And if you don't listen to me, then at least listen to the community, because there's been a dedicated mod team for a long time now called Team Kaiba that has a mod that allows for hosted community servers to keep players playing. They also add more content to the game, such as new classes, characters, weapons, progression, that type of stuff. And when I get the chance, I'm going to be looking at this. They even have some of the original maps from the 2005 Battlefront 2 in Battlefront 2's game. Like, basically it's a huge modding scene. There's a couple of other games that are doing their own Star Wars mods as well, like a squad mod. And yeah, I've been keeping up with this stuff in the background, and I always love to see it. My hope is that Battlefront 2 continues to blow up for the rest of the year and hopefully surpass its player numbers on all platforms, and hopefully it will trigger something down the road. I'm always hopeful, but you know me, if you've watched this channel for now, I'm always positive towards the future. And for now, I'm going to be watching for those wrist rockets in a lot of my games when I play some Battlefront 2 over the next few days. And if you want to be playing Battlefront 2, let me know down in the comment section. Are you excited to be jumping back in, or have you already been playing? Let me know. And thank you very much for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, this has been It's Jimbo, and I will see you guys next time.